So a few words about 2015 in Champagne. The year has been quite special because of the drought. Actually, it's been very dry, first in the spring and then secondly in the summer. For what I know, it's the driest year ever, almost no rain at all in the spring and then in the summer. And the consequence is first that the nitrogen in the soil hasn't been so well mineralized, and therefore at harvest time we had to deal with juices that were very low in nitrogen, very poor in nitrogen, and nitrogen is needed for fermentations, for yeast to ferment properly. So that has been an issue. And the second thing is that at the end of August we were a little bit concerned because having very little rain, we feared that the maturation process could slow down. But fortunately, we have had just a little bit of rain at the end of August, and then around the 12th of September, that has been crucial to, let's say, fuel the ripening process of the grapes. And finally, we have harvested grapes with a quite nice balance. First, very clean because of the drought. Basically, we had no disease at all, no mildew, no botrytis. That is always good for Champagne. And finally, the level of maturity has been rather high. We speak in average about 10.2 alcohol potential, with an acidity that is a little bit below the average, but nevertheless a pH that is in the average. And at Moët Chandon we tend to like grapes with maturity, because we believe that richness and fruitiness is needed in good Champagne. One noticeable element also is that the time between the blossoming and the harvest has been quite short, so it's been quite a fast season actually, but again the conditions at harvest have been good. Sunny, dry, with a good variations in temperature between day and night that has preserved a nice freshness in the wines. Voilà, so good maturity, clean, healthy grapes. I suspect that everybody will go for a vintage in Champagne. About the base wines, I think 2015 has been especially successful with Pinot Noir and Meunier. The two varieties have performed very well. Maybe Chardonnay being a little bit behind Pinot Noir and Meunier, because Chardonnay, I think, suffered the most from the drought and suffered the most from the lack of nitrogen. Chardonnay is much more sensitive to nitrogen than Pinot Noir and Meunier, and therefore the fermentations have been a little bit more difficult in Chardonnay, and we found more reductive of flavor in Chardonnay this year compared to the previous years. And also a special profile in the Chardonnay, almost like Sauvignon Blanc, with sort of thiol, vegetal character that is not classic, let's say, and that is not as rich, expressive and open as the Chardonnay we have harvested in the previous years. Nothing bad, but maybe Chardonnay not as expressive and not as consistent in quality compared to Pinot Noir and Meunier. Nevertheless, when it comes to blending, the three varieties have been easy to blend together. One noticeable thing has been the use of reserve wines. Not only we have to renew our reserves, because with the Réserve Individuelle Qualitative we have a lot of volumes in reserve, and it's important for our style to renew them in order to keep them fresh and to avoid too much heaviness and old character in our blends. And therefore nowadays we tend to use a good 50 to 60% of reserve wines in the first blends of Moët Imperial. Actually, the first one we have produced this year was up to 60% of reserve wines. Hopefully there were fresh reserve wines that haven't added heaviness and too much mature character to Moët Imperial. Easy blending exercise This year, nothing difficult, as again the wines were clean, no botrytis, good level of maturity, uneven quality. So finally, after challenging year for the growers thanks to the drought, it's been an easy harvest, some issues on fermentations, but a good overall quality, certainly worth a vintage.